Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back for another reading on this beautiful day. You'll see the sun shining in here. I was just sitting here meditating at this beautiful park. There's so many people skating. It's amazing. And I was getting some beautiful messages here, and I thought that I would turn on my camera and capture these and share them with you today. So, instantly, as I started to meditate, I heard working, and then I started to feel an angelic presence. So I decided to pull my cards out, and the very first card that came out was that Judgment card, and there they are, right? So what I was getting, Divine Feminine, is if you've been waiting to hear from your divine counterpart, just know that the divine right now is safeguarding the union, the healing process, the journey, the situation, and really making sure that your masculine is doing the work that he needs to do before it comes forward. Sorry guys, I'm in shock here. My counterpart, one of his children, just walked past here and is going to go skating. So isn't this incredible? So everything that happens in a reading is a sign. My daughter's here skating with her friends. So, at a soul level, I know that my daughter and my partner's daughter, when they were little anyhow, were kindred spirits, really. And I'm really happy to see that she will be here enjoying the energy that my daughter and her friends are going to be able to share with her. So this is wonderful. Really, really good. So try not to be distracted here and get back to the reading. So, the angels are wrapped around your divine masculines right now because there are very specific things that they're working on, and they don't want the divine masculine distracted. And they're encouraging your counterpart to really be able to defend themselves and protect themselves against energy that is starting to come in, that's going to try to come in to block, to create confusion, to prevent your masculine from moving on with success. Okay, now I think that the other message I was receiving earlier this morning was that our counterparts have really misinterpreted our journey, in that being an observer from afar, they just thought that we moved on and we didn't care and we made it look easy, and we all know that it wasn't easy and it isn't easy. And I call it putting on the face many times, where I was in so much pain, but I had to pick myself up, shower, get dressed, put on my best outfit, and get back out into the world and make sure that I keep pushing it forward, because that's what we have to do. Now, it doesn't mean that there isn't pain, and it's not that they thought that we didn't have pain. It just, I feel like they were comparing the way they've managed things to the way the divine feminine managed things, and they've been really hard on themselves. So if you see here, there's one sword here from the Three of Swords, and he's really been able to accept where you're at, divine feminine. He's very proud of you. This is a little bit of lingering work that he needs to do for himself, which is the work that this angelic being is assisting your masculine in doing. In order for them to do that, we can't interfere. We can't be there. We can't, they just don't want us to prevent the masculine from learning what he needs to learn, to see what he needs to see. Okay, even if it means we step back to allow, say, a karmic energy that's still lingering there, he needs to be able to fully accept his role in that. If there's karmic energy still there, it means that a part of him still hasn't cleared out what he needs to clear out. And this isn't me being negative, this is just the energy that I'm speaking about. Okay, so I feel as well like he's really held himself back from coming and sharing what he wants to share with you. Okay, And he did a turnaround. So I'm getting here, there's a turning around here of energy, and that he tried to walk away, but he ended up coming back, turning around. And this is what this angelic being is going to assist your masculine in doing, is help prepare them to support them in a better way, in a more holistic way, I'm hearing, in a more natural way to share what they need and want to share. Okay. This is them guarding themselves because they really aren't sure, you know, how to present themselves to the feminine and what to share, what not to share. And they want to be vulnerable. It's that they want to do it in a way that will make us proud, you know. And divine masculine, just know that we love you. And, you know, what I always share with my masculine is take that step. Don't be scared, you know. And of course, it's never in a way that is to pressure, but certainly my energetic fields are always open to receive, and I make sure my energy is always open to receive. Okay. They're saying they know that, and that it's not anything that we've said or done recently. It's that the more it becomes real to them, the more scary it becomes. And that's very normal. And that's why this angelic being is really going to assist this masculine with information and healing to be able to allow him to move on. Okay. Now, yeah, see, like he feels like these are all your lessons, right? Look at all the lessons, divine feminine, that you really fought hard to work through here, and you're at the top of your game here, and he knows that. And that's okay, and that's not a bad thing. It's just that this is the trajectory. This is where he wants to meet you, and he knows he has a lot of catching up to do. Okay? And look at the universe, the sun and the moon here. Ooh. And there's a balancing happening for that Two of Cups, okay? And there's no more three-party situation, okay? We're not allowing that anymore, and that's why that third cup there is going to be managed in a more honest way. So I'm seeing my twin's daughter here just being very brave, and she's skating. It's great. I'm so proud of her. Oh, my daughter's right in front of her. Wow. Yeah, you see, so she immediately came around the corner there, and of course these girls probably don't realize who they are to one another right now. And you know, this little one here is going to be brave and strong, and she's just going to go very slow, which is great. So this is progress, because I think I've mentioned before, like the universe will and the souls will pull each other in to their physical world when it starts to become time to come back together. So this is like a gentle coming together, because we're all here. We don't, like, I realize that they're there, but I'm sure they haven't really realized who we are. I'm in my vehicle. She wouldn't necessarily have seen me. And even if she has, it's still a good thing, because, you know, it's okay that we're all here. And there's a lot of healing that is required with his ex, the mother of his children, because she had a big role to play. And there was a lot of karma that we've cleared already, and there's still a little bit more left to clear, because we all had to learn about healthy boundaries, and we didn't really manage that in the best of ways. And it's not all on her, even though she did a lot of horrible things. We had to step back and really evaluate our role in that connection and how we manage that. And of course, for me, that's one of the big things I want to talk to my partner about when we do come together, to have conversations about coming back together, that I have my bottom lines in terms of what I need to be able to see in order to feel safe to come back, to open myself back up again to that, if that's something that we want to do. Okay, so the deception card here is hidden, but So what I'm getting here is he's working behind the scenes and he doesn't want me to know. And he's had a lot of shame around how, you know, a lot of the ways that I've been hurt in the past wasn't really talked about. So he never called to check up on me. He's looking at it now saying like, oh my God, I didn't handle that very well. And that must have been awful, you know? And so he wants me to know, and the angels want us to know, that they are doing the work, Divine Feminine, and they are giving up this notion that they have to walk away because it's too hard or they can't do it or it won't work. That's in the past. That's balanced out. The 2 cups are safe here. Not to worry. The universe has our back. Okay, like Gabrielle Ernstein's cards and books. You know, I always think of her when I hear this comment, the universe has your back. But truly the universe does, right? So that's why she talked about that and channeled it that way. That, you know, there's no more fighting. Nobody wants to fight with each other anymore. And yes, we're holding steady here, but we want to be able to support our masculines in coming forward and climbing that mountain and climbing the ladder and stepping up here. And this is what's happening, and the divine is really safeguarding that process. So the divine doesn't want us to worry. It's coming. It's coming. He wants you to know that he's fighting for you now. Everything that he says and does, he has you in mind. And as I'm saying this, I'm looking up again, and his little girl is making progress. She's going. Good job. Good job, honey. Okay, let's see here. Tower. Woo. Yeah, this is very unexpected. It's very unexpected. And I think that she did notice me, the mom. And I'm glad she stayed, because, you know, I don't want anyone to run away, you know, and not enjoy their day because, you know, somebody that you're struggling with is in the area. So, you know, the Tower. All right, so you're letting your guard down, your defenses down here, and your masculine, sorry, the masculine is letting his guard down, his defense down, and he's going to come. Okay, there's a tower that's in between these two parties here. So I don't know what it is, but let's try and figure it out. So I think it's everything I just talked about. It's worries and concerns that things might be difficult, but I feel like his ex is willing to kind of put things behind us and move on, you know? And because they often fight about money, those two, and I'm seeing 2 pentacles here. And I feel like maybe they've been able to maybe come to a consensus in regards to that, because I was thinking about that this morning a little bit, and I don't know why. A really difficult time in our lives when we were faced with a almost 4.5 month labor disruption, where we really struggled financially, the 2 of us, when we were together. And I remember recently when we chatted, my twin and I, he really, you know, opened up a lot about some of the challenges he was having with his ex, and it was very clear with her, because, you know, she often asks for things that she shouldn't really ask for, and he was very clear to her that, you know, in terms of penny pinching and things like that, like when we really needed help, you know, she never stepped forward once to offer a cent to help us, and my ex did the same thing. Neither one of them supported or assisted us at a time where we, you know, I certainly, my situation in terms of custody, I had full custody at the time. I could have, if I wanted, obviously petitioned the court for a significant increase in support for the children. I didn't, because I struggle with things like that. And my twin at the time had to go get another job. It was just such a difficult time. I was shocked that that came out and that he confronted her about that, and I'm sure that wasn't well received on her part, but it had to be said because it was true. So I think that they're able to put burdens down, and there isn't fear anymore on the part of children either, in terms of coming forward to talk to Divine Feminine. Okay. And the Tower is, I moved it to the past position, because everything that would have happened in the past that was considered to be, you know, a barrier to the children having a relationship with the Divine Feminine, I think they're finally willing to let go. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Oh, look at the sun, guys. There's so many good things that we haven't been able to see. And I think I'm getting so many downloads here that these little ones, these kids, want to share with Divine Feminine really amazing things in their past and accomplishments they've made. They really miss the counterparts. So like, I'm even channeling like my son misses my twin, because they had a special bond and they connected in ways that he couldn't connect with his dad, you know? And that's what makes special relationships like that special, right? And they really miss that. And we all miss that. And I think our souls, and I can feel the soul and the spirit of people, and we connect at a soul level. We astral travel to each other all the time, and I channel often a lot of their pain, and I just sit quiet in meditation, often send them love and support. Okay, so oftentimes the soul will receive it, but how it translates into the physical is always unique and different for every person. So what you feel at a soul level may not be manifested yet in the physical. It may never, it may. You have to really be careful. And it was very confusing for me initially when my awakening began, because all my gifts came online and I didn't really understand what all these experiences were. There's no book that comes with me in terms of, I didn't have a book that was tangible like on my table that I could just go to and look up in the index. Okay, this is happening, I have to do this. This is what this means. I really had to figure it out, and it was trial and error, you know. And the divine is saying, like, thank you so much for being so vulnerable to share your story. And they're reassuring me that all the times that I did perhaps overstep or didn't understand something the right way, that people know that I'm a very kind person and I would never have done anything on purpose to hurt anybody. Because sometimes I feel like when I channel or I share divine sacred messages, people are shocked, they're taken back, but for the most part they're excited and they're happy. And not to take people's reaction to heart, because that sits with them. I'm a divine, I work for the divine, and I'm a messenger for the divine. So my job is to deliver the message. I always ask for permission ahead of time. And if they say yes, then that's what I do. So I feel like the ex-partner as well probably heard about things over the years and wasn't quite sure about all this and thought it wasn't really good. And I think all that's been worked out. I really do. You see that imbalance here? Definitely. That was something that happened in the past. So a sacred new beginning here. Yeah, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is like like a stressed out energy. Yeah, the divine is really pushing this masculine to stand up. Okay, get off the couch. Get off that couch. Don't stay trapped in that 4 of Swords laying down, because that card typically you see a masculine lying down on a bed. Get up. So they're up, but they don't see clearly. That's why the divine's around them right now. Okay, they can easily unwind themselves and they're not stuck. They're not stuck. So I think they're going to have a breakthrough here very soon, and they're going to be able to see that they're stable, they're confident, they can do it. That in the past, if their exes threatened to take the kids away from them, if, you know, my situation, you know, that's what happened. You know, she constantly would say, I'm going to call the police, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't want her anywhere near them. And, you know, I had to address some pretty serious issues with her. She, you know, didn't always make the best decisions. And I would try at different times to talk to her, you know, never pointing a finger, simply to, and for a period of time we were friends and we did get along. But when I started to address some concerns with her, she really didn't appreciate that, and it just turned really ugly. And then she started to really interfere at a very deep level and put the brakes on and said, like, I don't want her anywhere near the kids. So even though my masculine had every right legally to say, well, you know, when I have the kids with me, I have the right to have them, he just wasn't strong enough to stand up to her. So this is kind of what we're trying to clear right now. So my daughter's arriving here, so I'll pause and I'll come back.